Hello.
Hello, Wanderers!
What's up? How you been?
Guess what, guys? We've been doing this a whole year!
Yeah, I know. It's kind of crazy to think about.
It really is. And we reached our goal. We had set a goal of 2,000 downloads before our year, and we have now passed that.
Yep.
Is today our actual anniversary? Nope.
No, it's
the 8th.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think it's the 8th.
But yeah. I'm excited.
Yeah, me too. You know what I'm not excited about, though? These stinky burps.
Same.
Taking fish oil for my slightly elevated cholesterol. And sometimes I could go like a week without no problems. All of a sudden, yesterday, it was like, you know what? We're going to make your life stinky. So here I am burping.
So if you guys hear
the most foul burps.
Right. If you guys hear more background noise than normal, it's because I chose to leave this door open in this room so that when she does these nasty ass burps, they can get out. And I don't have to sit here and suffer in it.
I blew a couple into my shirt. And then I just stink bombed myself. It's not good. So, what are we doing today? We're
just gonna sit here and kind of reflect.
Yeah, shoot the shit about our favorite things we've done so far. I'm gonna open up Spreaker and
we're going to get matching tattoos.
Yeah.
Here in a couple of weeks.
I freaked out for a second because the other day I forgot it was on a Friday. And so we got an invite to his niece's birthday party on Saturday. And I was like, is that the day we're getting our tattoos? And then I looked at my calendar and I was like, no, we're good.
Yeah. I'm excited. I'm ready for some new ink anyway.
Yeah. I think I figured out the placement because I was going to put it here right by my wrist, but I think just for symmetry I'm going to put it between my thumb and forefinger like I've got the other tattoo on my other hand. Because that's quite a meaty little spot on my hand. I got fat little hands.
Well, let's just hope that it scans. That's the whole point of it.
It should be. It should. Because if
excited.
it doesn't...
Right. This artist that I've reached out to, that I've been in contact with about it, she's super excited about it. So I'm sure we'll post some TikToks while we're there.
Yeah. We'll at least take pictures and make sure that they're on Instagram.
For sure.
And I'm going to be a big girl and I'm not going to use numbing cream.
I told her that you might. I was like, she's a
Some
sissy.
artists don't allow it at all.
Well, I wanted to give her a heads up because I know that you had said in the past that from here on out you were going to use numbing cream. And so I told her, I was like, she's a sissy and has decided that she wants to use that from here on out. And she was like, that's fine because I use it every time I get one now.
But yeah, I think I'm going to not. I don't know. I might order some. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how I feel about it.
I'm just going to raw dog it.
I'm just tired of doing that. Because, I think, I might, after this big cover-up, I have one other cover-up I want, and one other, for sure tattoo that I want, and I think I'm done after that. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I got a long life to live. But, for sure, I'm taking a break after the 2 cover-ups.
I get them when I can.
Yeah.
There's no limit. The limit does not exist. Did you see they're coming out with another Mean Girls?
Yes.
I'm excited about it.
Yeah, because we saw the trailer whenever we went to go see the Taylor Swift Eras Tour film.
Because, seeing it in person.
Yeah, it wasn't enough. And I definitely want to go see it again. Because I want to try and get into a theater that has, nobody in it. Because the experience I had, it was fine. The movie's fine. It's great. We had fine seats. I got to get a cup. I didn't get a popcorn bucket, but it's okay. It was a hot mess in there. All the Coke machines were broken.
Oh, no.
So, the only thing I could drink was a slushie. And I was like, if I'd go nothing, that's not going to work for me because something I'm taking right now is making my mouth dry all the time. So I was like, that's not going to work, like doing nothing. So I got a slushie. And yeah, there was like one particular child that was just screaming at the top of her lungs all the songs, which I'm like, cool, do you, but like, do you have to like ruin everybody else's experience? I knew singing and dancing, that was going to be fine, and the kids that were dancing were being very respectful, and they weren't directly in front, they were off to the sides, and that was fine, but it was just this one kid, and I looked at Daniel, and I said, he was like, how are you having fun? And I said, let's just put it this way, I'll be glad when it's on streaming. And I guess that particular child's mother heard me. And because they were sitting right above us, their seats were ticketed for down further in the front row, but they moved to directly behind us. And she was like, you're doing good, sweetie, keep it up. And I'm like, if I get the opportunity to trip your child, I might do it. But it was fine. But the 1989 Taylor's version has come out. That's been fun. I've been listening to it on repeat. The vault tracks are just chef's kiss. And that's all the Taylor Swift talk I'm going to give you this episode. So, what was your favorite thing from this first year?
Just in general, or like favorite episode?
Just in general.
It's given us an opportunity to just really. It gives us an excuse to get together at least once a month, for stuff, and sure. That's always very welcomed, and I appreciate that. It's given me something to look forward to. I don't want to say it's giving me purpose, because that's not necessarily the case. But
it is definitely something that like I look forward to.
Yeah, and I've really enjoyed, as much as I bitch about having to do research and write these episodes. And
as long as we wait until like an hour and a half before.
And I wanted to mention this. At the beginning of all of this, it infuriated me that you would wait until like the day before to get these done.
Yeah.
Like you would have almost all of them done except for like one or two, and then you'd get them done like the night before we were going to record. And I would complain about this, and I'm pretty sure I did it in some of the episodes. But like now, a year later,
how the turntables.
Yeah. Now I'm like, it's a week before and I haven't done any of them.
I did like round out this first year with the same mentality of like, oh, I've got most of the episodes done, but I have one left. Oh, I'll do it Friday night. What did I do? I took a gummy and I started, and I was like, these sentences are making less and less sense as I go, and I'm like, I know they'll make sense to sober me tomorrow, but they're not making sense right now. So for now, I'm gonna go get me a bowl of cereal, and I'm gonna stop doing this right now and finish it in the morning.
Yeah, so like 2 hours before we were set to record, my phone dings, and here we are with an email that she just finished one of the episodes. But yeah, it's been fun. It's been real fun.
Yeah,
just learning new things, getting to really research, having a reason to research into things that interest me.
Because like all this stuff is stuff that I'm like curious about, or stuff that I've never heard of, or what have you, and this has really given me the opportunity to learn about stuff that I wouldn't have known about otherwise.
What's been your favorite part of it?
Hold on, my side itches. I don't know. I guess the same thing, like just being able to research the stuff that I wouldn't have otherwise. Because, like, I got all these books, but I crack them open every once in a while, but I just can't focus on it. I got too much going on. But, like, I've really enjoyed the variety of topics that we do. Because, like, we don't do only serious topics, like our Mother's Day and Father's Day specials.
Yeah.
But we do like lighthearted stuff. Like way back in the beginning, we did the sex in the Victorian era episode.
I'd like to do more of that stuff like that.
Yeah, I think that was a decent hit maker. It was a short episode. Our episodes in the beginning were very short.
And, too, the audio at the beginning of it.
Oh, shitty.
It was awful.
It was so bad.
You could barely hear
But
us.
what's crazy is, like, we're still using the same microphones.
Yeah.
We've just learned how to tweak the settings to get it where we want it to be.
Also, in the beginning, our intro music was, like,
A
so
whole
long.
minute long. And I was like, this has got to go. This has got to get cut down.
Our flow on our episodes and stuff have kind of
Yeah.
gotten better. We don't just, I mean, it's...
We still have, like, our chit-chatty moments, but, like, that's not, like, the substance of most of the episodes. Like, we'll have episodes like this where we just sit here and shoot the shit, but yeah, we try to keep the chit-chattiness to a minimum if
That's
we
been
can.
our only negative review that we've gotten.
We've gotten one review that was like, there's too much chit-chat.
But to be fair, I found funny because that at that point was our number one downloaded
and it was
episode.
only like, what episode was that?
It was the Gatlinburg episode.
Well, yeah, but like it was episode 17.
Gotcha.
So we were still like,
we were still learning.
yeah, we were still getting into the groove of things. And that was also like around the time we started doing longer form episodes.
Yeah.
Because we upgraded our hosting.
When we
website.
upgraded, what was the extra bonus we got to it? Was it the geolocation?
Yeah, we got we were able to see where our listens are. And
which has been mind-blowing.
yeah, and then we get more recording time and more online storage for our episodes.
I will say, I fully anticipated that when we started doing this, that it would only be like our closest friends and family.
Yeah, I thought
that
for
would
sure there was
listen.
going to be like 5 people an episode, if
Right. And we've gotten it. I mean, we're different countries. We're
Right.
worldwide at this point, and it's crazy to me.
that. Yeah, like we have 2,172 downloads right now. Did we ever even post anything for our 2,000?
No. Because we hit it in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
Like, and then I went to sleep and was like,
I'll do that tomorrow.
yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, we can see all of the all of the countries and stuff. And we can also see like our top where it's streamed the most, which right now is Apple Podcasts. Because for a long time it was Spotify.
Yeah. It's kind of back and forth between the two.
Yeah, well, right now it's 71% is Apple Podcasts.
Nice.
I need to see. Let me see. I'll do it away from the mic.
I thought of something else the other day.
Mm-hmm.
So in the introduction that we posted at the very
Yeah.
beginning, we were like, okay, so we're going to talk about this kind of stuff, and I'm going to focus on this kind of stuff. And my direction was like, I was going to focus on like herbs and crystals and things like that. I've done very little with that.
Right. I mean, I think that's just like the beauty of our content, like evolving where it has, like how it has. No, we have not. We have not gotten any more reviews, but we have all 5 stars
Woohoo!
on Apple Podcasts. So, like, if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, be sure to give us a rating or leave us a review and let us know if there's, like, any topics that you want to hear.
You can do that on Spotify.
Yeah,
too.
you can do that on Spotify, too. Or you can email us, or message us on Instagram or whatever.
Facebook, TikTok.
Yeah, Facebook, TikTok, wherever. Just let us know, like, if there's anything, or if there's other, like, episodes that you would like for us to revisit. Because I think, like, that's inevitable, I think, is we'll revisit certain topics.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's why, like, for, like, our disappearances, we definitely plan more episodes of that.
Yeah.
And
Appalachian divination has been a pretty big, or not divination, but like Appalachian folklore and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
I would also like to do more on that, too, because I feel like...
There's so much.
Yeah, and I feel like that wasn't a good episode. Like, I know that wasn't one of our best episodes.
The divination one?
Yeah. I feel like I don't know. Maybe it was just my perspective, but I definitely feel like I could have put in a little bit more effort on it.
That was one of our early episodes.
Yeah,
that was like episode 3.
Yeah.
If you don't count the intro.
Right. Oh, that is not what I meant to do. But yeah, like, but yeah, that episode is one that I would like to revisit in the future because I just wasn't happy with it. And then what's another one? Oh gosh, Daniel keeps requesting a Pick Your Poison episode.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm like, I don't know that I have the sanity to do that again.
Yeah. That hurt.
Yeah. That was not fun.
We've run out of stories for the personal paranormal experiences.
Yeah, unless we go do like new shit. Yeah, we're out of tales for the time being. But I do feel like those were pretty good. Those were pretty good episodes, especially like the first couple ones.
Yeah.
And then getting my sister in on it. That was nice because she had different experiences in the same house I grew up in.
What's been your favorite episode?
My favorite episode, honestly, I think, is our first episode.
The Nashville one?
The Hauntings of the Ryman.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I really enjoyed, maybe it was just because it was the first episode, but like, I really enjoyed like diving into the history, and then there's also the aspect of like the Opry curse and all that goes along with it, and I just really, really enjoyed that episode.
I would have to say, as far as research-wise, the Salem episode was my favorite.
Yeah, that was a good one, too.
But my favorite one to listen to would have to be the sex toys one.
Yeah, I enjoyed that one.
That one was fun.
Ooh, I liked the old Hollywood ghost stories, too.
I forgot about that one, yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one.
I knew that one would be right up your alley.
Yeah, I do like our ongoing like Spooky States series.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying that. Even though that was the episode that I like put off until 2 hours before we started recording. I just didn't have time. I've enjoyed doing all of the big pagan holidays.
Yeah.
I've enjoyed those. I don't know what we'll do to like replace that in the coming year. But because we don't have any more of the big holidays on the wheel. But I'm sure that if that's a topic that anybody's interested in us further pursuing is like pagan traditions or what have you.
We can also talk about different religions and the holidays they do.
That is true. That is very true.
Jewish holidays and whatever else.
Yeah. And I also want to start getting into like, I don't know, that thought just literally it popped up and then it was like a little balloon burst. It's gone. Shit. It was a good one too. Oh, the origins of like, some of our favorite, like Disney stories, like Sleeping Beauty, all of those, like the original Grimm's fairy tales are so fucked up. I'm okay with it. It's the anniversary episode. I'm fine with it because they are so. It is so. Because like I listened to another podcast called Myths and Legends, and they did an episode on. I say it's he. I think his wife like helps him write, but he did an episode where it was like it's a Grimm fairy tale episode, and it was on Sleeping Beauty, and I was like, how did they turn this into a Disney film? Because it is so, it's just, it's awful. It's awful.
I was sent a TikTok today that was showing like different things in different Disney, I think they were Pixar movies, that connects, it might not, I don't know, but it connects a couple of the movies to, what's that horror movie with the twins?
Oh, The Shining?
Yes. And there was like, I'll have to send it to you later. There was it was ridiculous. I was like, what is the connection here?
Yeah.
And it's like a couple different movies, but it's all referencing.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe somebody over there at Pixar is a big Stanley Kubrick fan.
Maybe. Maybe.
Ooh, I also liked the Bell Witch episode.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, and we went and saw the play, and it was good. It was good. I thought last year's was better, but I think because it was the 20-year anniversary, they were really pulling out all the stops last year.
Right.
It was still really good, and like our friends James and Rachel went with us, and they didn't have anything to compare it to, so they thought it was great.
Right.
Some people we were sitting around were like less than desirable, but it was okay. It ended up being okay.
Was that one person there? I meant to ask you that.
I don't know. I don't know who you're talking about. Oh, no.
Okay.
No, there was nothing like that. And I couldn't find anything online about it either. So I think somebody was making something up. But yeah, no. They never even mentioned that on their Facebook page or anything.
You know who you are, who I'm directing this comment to. Do with that information what you will. What has been the episode, aside from, because you already said the Appalachian divination one.
Yeah.
What has been the episode that's been hardest for you? Like, hardest to find information on, or that you just weren't that interested in, or... Because there have been times when one of us, like, mentions a topic.
Yeah.
And the other one's like, I mean, we can, but I'm really not here for it. But, like, we'll do it.
I don't know. The St. Patrick's Day one was kind of... It was alright. It was, like, interesting to learn, like, the origins and stuff. But, like, I don't know that there's been one that I've, like, just... had a really hard time with.
Krampus was hard.
Yes, Krampus was hard.
There wasn't as much out there as what I thought there would be. I'm still,
like,
hey, we're early enough in the year now.
Yeah.
Like, at this point, we can still figure out. Well, right now's the time for us to be sending out those Christmas cards with the Krampus on it.
That is true. I need to find some.
Hardest episode ever. The Pick Your Poison episode.
Yeah, that was the hardest episode ever. Also, too, like the New Year's Eve traditions and stuff, that was also hard to research. Like, it was hard to find stuff.
I didn't have any issues with that one.
I had a hard time. But...
Ooh, the hidden messages in music. I forgot we did that one. We need to circle back to that.
Yes, because I've every time I see something that's like, because I've got like a cursed object saved in, like, I'll take a screenshot of it. Mm-hmm. And like whenever I come across stuff that like we've already done an episode on, or that I think would make a good future episode, I'll just screenshot it. I do that with nonprofits too.
The Gatlinburg episode. It baffles me as to why that was our number one download.
I think a lot of it is because, like, we talk about some of the ghosts, but we also, like, go into detail on, like, our favorite things to do there. And, like, and our favorite places to eat.
I was bored recording that episode.
I liked that episode. Let's see.
The favorites episode, when you asked me which one is my favorite cousin. That was rude. It's not often you put me in a position like that.
Hey, I've only got like 2 cousins, so
and I've got a plethora.
Right, and I have 0 first cousins.
I mean, like, I've got a couple on my dad's side, several on my mom's side, and then I'm married into, like, the biggest family I've ever seen.
Yeah. Our icks was a hard one because my sister only talked about the Dollar Tree the whole time.
You guys couldn't see it, but I just did the most audible eye roll ever.
And I kept trying to get her to, like, get away from that topic, and I would, like, ask a leading question, and then somehow it would go back to Dollar Tree discussion.
I am so glad I wasn't there in person with you guys, because I clocked out. Like, I was sitting at my desk.
You hardly talked that whole episode.
I was sitting at my desk with my headphones on, and, like, I'm like, nope. I'm sitting there hoping that there's no feedback on the mic because I'm scrolling through Facebook the whole time.
But, like, I mean, bless her heart. I love my sister to death.
I love her.
But, like, I was like, I don't know how much more of this I can take, and we're going to have to cut this off. But, like, I mean, I get it, because that's, like, her whole life. She's a store manager, so, and she's got to talk about it. It's just like, girl, you could have picked any other so if you're listening to this, I'm sorry.
I love you.
Well, I think she was behind. I think she said she hadn't listened in a little while, but
oh, that's fine. It's going to take her a while, but you'll know when she listens.
She'll get here. She'll get here. Hi, Allie, from the future. We're from the past. You're from the future.
Let's see. The voodoo episode was really hard. The second one,
yeah,
was really hard. The one that we just released on the 18th, October 18th.
Yeah.
That one was a really hard one. Be
another episode of me yawning, or another like series of episodes.
And we're just getting started.
It's only 5:42.
We are just getting started.
So, I will say some of the pagan holiday ones I also had a hard time with. And, like, I know for a fact I got lazy on some of them there where I was just, like, I was naming off foods and rating whether or not I would eat them.
Right. Well, and I didn't. See, you do better with, like, the history aspect of stuff than I do.
Yeah.
I enjoy doing, like, the celebratory factors of it.
Well, I think a part of it, too, is I got a little self-conscious about it because I think the first one we did... What was the first one? I think I did the history, and there was, like, a lot of information I left out that I could have added in if I had done just a little bit more research. So I think I got, like, a little self-conscious about it.
Was it Yule that we did first? Yes.
Yeah, it was Yule. But I think now I'm more okay doing, like, the history of it, because like I did Samhain and it was I feel like I enjoyed it. I did a fine time, but
but we both knew that we were both gonna kill it with the Samhain episode,
right? I had been bitches. So right, because like we just barely missed like the end of October for our launch, and like I think we intended to start earlier, but it just didn't work out that we did, and we were like finalizing like a logo and all this. So,
right.
So I was excited to finally get to do that.
We make plans, like long-term plans.
Yeah.
Like, hey, we're going to do an episode for this in a couple months.
Yeah.
And then that way we've got plenty of time to research for it or whatever.
I'm
like
really
we
sorry
have been talking
about that burp. It was stinky.
We've been talking about the anniversary episode for a while.
Yeah.
And I had big hopes and plans that I wanted to figure out, but I haven't had time. Like we've got an idea that we want to do a big Bonnie and Clyde episode, and I think we were going to push it off till Bonnie's birthday.
Yeah.
But that way we had ample time to figure it out.
Right.
But I am struggling just to write for each month.
Yeah.
Now that life is kind of... I've got 1 month left of go.
Yeah.
Something to do every weekend, every week. And so, life is going to calm down for a minute at least.
Yeah.
December, even though it's holiday time, December should kind of slow me down a little bit.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. We have big aspirations.
Yeah, we'll get there. We always just, if we think of something, we just add it to our list, and then as we plan after our little recording session, I say little, usually they're like 5-6 hours. We figure out what we're going to do for the next month, and then just pull from those lists as we go.
Right. And I want to mention that we have recorded 2 episodes to put in the bank for if we're not able to get together.
We still have 2 banked episodes.
And we have not used any.
No. I'm quite proud of that.
I know.
I'll have to re-listen to those before I post them if we ever need them, because...
We may want to re-record.
Yeah. Because those were done, like, within the first few months. Because we were like, we should... Because there was, like, a series of circumstances where, like... we couldn't get together, but we ended up figuring it out, and I don't know.
People
and we
being
were like,
sick. And
yeah, and we were like, we should probably plan ahead and do like 2 like 30-minute episodes.
And one of them turned into like an hour long.
Yeah. So you may never hear those. You may hear those
we
sometime
might just
in the
release
future.
them to release them, just to get them out of there and start getting something fresh in.
Yeah. I don't know.
Who knows? I really hope that you guys have enjoyed going along with us on this ride.
Yeah.
It's been really fun. It's a cool conversational piece because, like, it's weird to me that, like, I'll just be hanging out with friends or something, or somebody that I haven't seen in a while, and they're like, "Oh, hey, I saw that you've been posting about this podcast. What is your podcast about?" And so I talked to them about it, and it's and if I wear my T-shirt or my hoodie or something out, somebody might ask about it, and I'm like, "Oh, well, it's my podcast, and my best friend and I do it." And
well, I wore my favorite podcast T-shirt to Atlanta a couple weeks ago when we went to that trade show, and like even though I was like severely underdressed, I was like, if anybody asks,
right,
I got my podcast shirt on. I'm walking around. People will be behind me because that place was crowded.
Right.
There we go.
Well, and our tattoo that we're getting is going to be our Spotify code.
Yeah, this way, anytime Daniel goes, "Hey, did you tell so-and-so about your podcast?" while they're standing right in front of me, putting me on the spot like that, oh, I don't like it. I can just be like, here. Scan my hand. Hi, Mara.
Hi, baby. Yeah?
Yeah. You want to join? You got something to say?
No.
Did I have Willow when we started this podcast?
Yes, because the very first time that we recorded, she tried to help me drink my apple cider. She sat in my lap for the biggest part, and then she climbed up my leg. She was a baby.
Willow.
I haven't even seen her since I've been here.
She's
today.
Probably terrorizing somebody somewhere.
Usually she comes running when I get here.
She's probably in the bedroom. Sleeping. Recharging.
Well.
To wreak havoc on all of us when she wakes up later.
You know what? Here's another thing I wanted to mention today. We did that 2-part for Wisconsin.
Yeah. We've never had to do that again.
We have more downloads on part 1 than we have part 2.
I guess part 2 must suck. Or they just didn't like part 1. Right. And they're like, we're not even going to bother.
But what you guys don't know is you're missing out because part 2 was the better one.
Yeah.
Was part 2 the one where we talked about the haunchies?
Yeah. I forgot about the haunchies.
So if you guys listened to part 1 and didn't listen to part 2, go back and do that because you're going to be missing out if you don't.
Yeah, for sure.
I was wheezing because I was sick. So I had that whole, "I'm watching you, Mike Wazowski" going on. I sounded like I smoked 2.5 packs a day.
You sound like my Nana. Every time Danny imitates her voice, he sounds like that character from Tell 'em.
Run away.
But yeah. So, do you have like a least favorite episode or topic that we've done?
I mean, as far as the topic itself and not the aspect of being able to research it.
Yeah.
I think the tarot episode was the worst. It was awful.
Well,
I'm just kidding because I just say that.
I was going to say the audio was the worst on that episode.
Well,
because we were in my dining room because there was 3 of us and we weren't sure how to accommodate that yet. And we're still really not sure how to accommodate that.
We figured out though.
But I forgot to unplug the turtle tank,
yeah.
So you can hear the
water
the filter thing running the whole time. So that one wasn't so great. And also, too, we still had our audio not figured out.
Right.
So,
I just wanted to talk shit because it was my sister's episode. That was honestly, the research done on that one and having her here was actually fun.
Yeah, that was, I really enjoyed it.
Even though she didn't, like, there at the end of it, like, when she was like, okay, you can take me home now.
Yeah.
Because your cat was talking to her.
Yeah.
Because Amara's very peoply.
Yeah, Amara is very peoply. Sometimes I'll look at her and I'll be like, okay, I think you're just a cat today.
Right.
And then sometimes, like, she'll just look at me and I'm like, there's something about you.
Yeah. I would say
she's been extra clingy lately.
The episode that I didn't like,
and you can't say pick your poison.
I'm gonna say I like the ones where we just kind of shoot the shit, but we have like a certain direction of where we're shooting the shit.
Yeah.
Like the this or that or the faves or something like that.
Yeah.
I think the UFO one, I hated that episode. I'm not gonna lie to tell you.
I can get behind that.
I hated every second of it.
I enjoyed it, but
I hated every second of it. Oh, and even more so, one that we're set to record tonight. And you know exactly which one I'm talking about.
Yeah. It's a new topic, too. It's new for you guys.
I hated it. Hated every second of it.
And I can't wait for us to revisit it again. But
are we revisiting it again?
Yeah, absolutely.
You're writing the whole episode then.
That's fine. I'll research two things, and then you have one and I'll have one.
It hurt.
Well, I mean, you went for, like, the most awful one to do.
Well, see, in my defense...
Is that the next episode we're recording? No.
No.
So not after this episode, but the following week.
We'll revisit this conversation when we get to that episode, because I have a preface to it. But it I said, when I was doing my work, I looked at TJ and I said, I'm not doing another one of these. Yeah. I'm not.
See, it's all a balance. You got to find the right one for you. Anyway.
I don't think there is a right one for me. You're right, though. The St. Patrick's Day episode was kind of
Yeah, it was
But we did it because...
Roanoke, too. I feel Roanoke was... Yeah, that one was hard.
I was excited about it because I thought we would have some good meat to it.
Yeah, and there's, like, nothing. Like, there's some history leading up to, but then it's, like, because they just vanished, there's nothing.
I really enjoyed the Mardi Gras episode and the New Orleans episode.
Yeah, I really liked those. Are we going to do a Mardi Gras episode again?
We can. I don't know what we would talk about.
Yeah, I don't know what we'll talk about, but...
We got pretty in-depth with that one. That was a good time. I had a good time in, like, researching all the food and drinks with it.
I'm just going to be honest with you. It's stinky over here. I have burped.
Quit puking over there.
I'm not puking. I'm like... I'm telling you, it's just my... And for some reason, they're eggy.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It's awful. I've also had, like, terrible heartburn and acid reflux for the past, like, week. Like, this is how I go, isn't it? Like, I wake up and have to take 2 Tums. I breathe air for longer than 5 minutes. I have to take 2 Tums. I had a bit of peach cobbler the other day. I had a few bites. Heartburn. Cinnamon gave me heartburn so bad.
Oh, man.
And I was like... I hate this. I don't know what's causing this, but I hate it.
Oh, how long have we been going?
40 minutes.
You got anything else you want to add?
I don't think so. I think we can keep this one pretty short and to the point.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and talk about our nonprofit.
Okay.
Heads up, I forgot to do the nonprofits until I got over here this afternoon.
Yeah, so she's no better than I am.
I'm not. Not anymore. So I picked this one because just here recently, I noticed that we were having downloads overseas, like Middle East-ish area. And then I found out that our podcast was shared out with someone whose spouse, I believe, is overseas. And this person and all of their buddies over there have been listening to us.
Yeah.
And those have been pretty steady, so we appreciate that.
Yeah, we appreciate that, and we appreciate your service.
We do.
Whatever it is you're doing over there.
Keep on keeping on.
Yeah, and stay safe.
So this nonprofit that I picked is called Friends of the Troops. Their little mission statement type thing says every recruit, every soldier, every veteran, every day. It's an organization established to help members of the U.S. Armed Forces who, for any reason, slip through the cracks of other organizations. They're led entirely by volunteers who are committed to honoring, aiding, and encouraging veterans and members of every branch of the U.S. military. They support deployed and stateside service members by sending them cards and care packages, helping their families in time of need, such as holidays or after the birth of a new baby. They send cards to veterans, many of whom never received a proper welcome home, and serve those who are homeless by providing hygiene kits and other items of comfort. The freedom that we enjoy in America was hard won, so we hope and work hard to ensure that every new recruit, active duty soldier, and veteran knows that their country is grateful for their service. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
We have yet to do a nonprofit for military as far as I can remember.
Yeah, I don't know that we have. And that wasn't on purpose. It was just...
Right. I personally, I am very thankful for all the service members.
Yeah.
I am thankful for every veteran. I have several in my family. Several that are friends.
Yeah.
I just am not one that gets in with government things. I don't fucks with it.
Yeah.
I don't keep up with stuff because it gives me anxiety.
Yeah, same.
I just live.
I try to kind of I'm just trying to exist. I'm not trying to be afraid of what's happening elsewhere. Right. But I absolutely like the Gaza stuff. It just breaks my heart. It makes me so sad.
But I avoid posts on social media.
Yeah,
about
I try to
and
not
the news at all costs.
Yeah.
So we will, like always, include the link for this website for the Friends of the Troops. If you guys have never donated to another one that we have promoted, consider this one.
Yeah.
So, we appreciate you guys. This week, we want you to tell... You want to do this one?
Oh, wait a minute. I got to get to... You read it, because I got to get to the email to get it.
It was the local photographer who was getting yelled at on Facebook.
Yeah, so, one of our local well-known photographers, some lady booked an appointment with her. She forgot to write it down, and now this lady is so mad, even though she already had another photographer booked for the same day, and it makes no sense. So,
and the photographer was really bending over backwards to try and make it up to her. Yes, because
this lady, when she provided screenshots to the whole community about it, she conveniently left off the screenshots where she had waited until hours before the last appointment she scheduled and canceled. So, there you go. So tell your local photographer who just got dissed on Facebook.
Right.
Because she needs a good time.
Or he needs a giggle.
Or he.
Or I don't know. They need a good giggle.
Yes, this human being. Hello, Amara.
So, share us out with that person or whoever.
Yeah.
Follow us on all of our socials.
Mm-hmm.
On Facebook.
X. I almost
Do we
forgot.
still have it?
It's still there. I haven't done anything with it.
Me neither. TikTok.
Instagram.
Email us at wanderersofweird
at gmail.com. I had to hold in a burp for that.
I had to do it. You said, I hope we don't do that next time. I said, I'm doing it anyway.
I forgot about it,
honestly. Make sure that you're leaving us reviews. Send us topic ideas. Let us know what your favorite episodes have been, your favorite topics have been. Send us spooky stories.
I need an incense for myself over here.
I'm going to light another one whenever we're done
Please
here.
Please do.
At this point, a fart would smell better.
Yeah. Yeah. Somebody dropping trout and taking a shit directly next to me would smell better.
Oh, yeah. By the way, here's my disappointment for the day.
Oh, no.
It's not today. It's been for a couple weeks.
Uh-huh.
So I believe it was the very last episode we recorded last time, which would have been the one that just released this week.
Yeah.
Which was
the Samhain
episode.
Mm.
I farted in the last couple seconds of that one. And I was like, ooh, I'm going to sneak this one out. I don't think it's going to be loud. It was audible. And I was like, we quit recording. I looked at her. I said, I farted. I wonder if you can hear that. We played it back. You could hear that. You couldn't hear it on the episode.
Yeah, I don't know what happened with the upload, but you couldn't hear it.
I'm slightly disappointed about it.
Stop trying to knock stuff off the wall. Look, you're making that all crooked.
All right, guys. We do appreciate you, and we appreciate the downloads. Thank you for getting us through a year.
Yeah.
And we are looking forward to
the next year.
And many more after that.
Yeah, and hopefully better topics. Because we seemed pretty disappointed with some
and hopefully more listener engagement.
Yeah, that would be nice.
So, all right, guys. Thanks so much.
Bye.
Bye.